I had a sales call today, and that motivated me to make this YouTube video because they had told me about their experience with their current cold email agency that they have been using for the past 6 months. And what I heard was completely atrocious. So I want to record this video telling you exactly what this agency did, why that's wrong, and how it actually should look like. So if you want to see that, watch till the end. You're going to see the offer that we're pushing as well. I think that's going to be very interesting if you're currently on the lookout for cold email agencies. So let's get straight into it. Oh, and by the way, my name is John. I run Series, a cold email lead generation agency. And in the last year alone, I've sent millions of cold emails to cold prospects for all of my clients to book 40 plus meetings per client every single month. So I feel pretty confident on commenting on this. Just wanted to take that away in case you think, who the fuck is this guy? So have fun with the video. All right, we're getting straight into it. Cold email agency review, why most are a complete scam. So we're gonna break down this nightmare of my leads in this video. Point one, what they did. So this agency, I'm gonna comment around the document. I just want to have some visual reference. So I'm gonna put my laptop away. So this agency, right? They have been charging. I've checked out their website. I'm not gonna share their name. I've looked at their website. So they have been charging at least £3,000 a month. Because that's what they say on their website. That's like the minimum charge, right? And that's, as of today, it's March 12th. That's $4,000 straight. Every single month for 6 months straight. And what did they do? They basically agreed to reach out to 3,000 prospects a month. 3,000. Now, if you've never run cold email campaigns, this might not mean anything. This might even sound like a lot. But just to put that in perspective, we are reaching out to 3,000 accounts every single day per client. 3,000 a month is nothing. We do that in a day for one single client, per client. Complete scam. If you were to send out email with this agency, you would pay over $1 to send an email. It's $1.33 per email. Completely wild. Now, I'm looking over at my display right now. The thing is, they promised 3,000. Then I've checked out their fancy reporting tool. They screenshot the reporting tool. And what I saw is incredible. Incredible. You have everything in there. You have how many people you engaged with. You have this, you have that. You check out the numbers. They don't even reach out to 3,000 people. They don't even do that. What they instead do is, they have, I believe, like a 6-stage email sequence. So they reach out to those 3,000 people 6 times. Roughly 6 times, because they had like 20,000 emails sent. Makes 0 sense. Why the fuck would we want to reach out to the same 3,000 people 6 times that won't respond anywhere? Don't even want to comment on that. That's for a different video. But they were just blasting these sequences to these 3,000 people. Now, with these 3,000 people, they were supposed to reach out to e-commerce businesses that were running Google Ads. Right? Based on the request from the lead that I was told, their client, right? Now, what they did is simply tell them, hey, bro, like, we can't find out who's running Google Ads actively. So we're not going to do that. Unless you give us a list. So not only are they paying $4,000 a month, not only that, they also can't decide what kind of list they're reaching out to. And if they want to have like a special list, which finding out who runs Google Ads is not that complicated. If they would want to do that, they would have to bring the list themselves. So it's not done for you, is it? It's not. And then on top of everything, I'm jumping ahead right now. On top of everything, the entire setup, complete bullshit. You have 0 variance in the sequences, which you would need if you were about to run high volume. But obviously, because they know they weren't running high volume, they didn't have that many different sequences or split tests. They also didn't want to do any split tests as of my lead. Like, that's what they told me. Pretty wild. $4,000, by the way. Not only that, they had put a lot of effort into reporting. Their reporting dashboard looks immaculate. It looks amazing. It looks so good. It looks so good. But every single number that you see on there is completely used. They are showing you how many emails they've sent. And then they show you, well, from the emails that we've sent out, right? 10% of them were actually ICP fits. So these were actually the people that you want to reach. Which makes 0 sense. Like, they say we've reached out to 20,000 people, but only 2,000 of them were actually the people that you wanted to reach. Why the fuck are we reporting on this after the matter? Like, after the fact? Why don't you just like only reach out to the people that we want to reach out to? This makes 0%. Right? I thought the same thing. I looked at the thing and I told him, Anthony, this is bullshit. This is complete bullshit. We've looked at all the numbers. We had like an array of, I believe, probably 10 numbers, 12 numbers, like 12 rows in this reporting thing, in this reporting dashboard. The only relevant number that I saw was actual like percentage. Sorry, the actual reasonable, logical, useful number that I saw was how many leads they've received and what the lead percentage is out of all prospects contacts. Sorry, all emails sent. That's two numbers. That were the most useful from that dashboard. Otherwise, everything was completely useful. And now the client also told me, well, they gave us this dashboard, but we can't access the sequence. So we never know what kind of messaging really works. So you can't run our own Google ads, for example, with adjusted messaging, even though we're paying $4,000 at least to these people. They don't show us the sequences. And if we request to see the winning script, they just tell us, no, $4,000. No, just no. Wild. Absolutely wild. Now that's for reporting, and that's for like insights into the thing. Next thing was targeting. So Anthony requested, hey, like, is it possible to at least target different people? Like, say we wanted to target e-commerce businesses, but could we also like target these people? What was the response? Please guess. What was the actual response of the agency? It was no. Just no. The reason I'm so riled up about this is I am deep in I'm deep in the trenches when it comes to like cold email agents, because I run an agent. So I'm like, how do I figure out onboarding? How do I make this nice? How do I make that nice? I'm trying to figure all of these things out, right? And I want to make this a nice product. I want people to refer other people. And when I heard this, my entire worldview, with all the pillars of respect, dignity, and honesty and honor, right? Everything just started to crumble. It is completely wild. So we keep going because this gets better. This gets even better. So with that said, just to like summarize, they were paying $4,000. They can't change ICP. They only reach out to 3,000 people, and customer support is basically non-existent. That's been the current experience so far. On top of all of that, this agency has zero performance incentive. Zero. Why? They just charge a retainer. Now some people think that that's good, especially on the agency side. Yeah, we get like secured income. It's so nice, etc. This is what a loser would say. I'm not even trying to shoot against anyone right now that has retainers. In some cases, it genuinely makes more sense because the product is too complicated, whatever. But in general, if we're just talking about basic ass lead generation and you want to book calls for your B2B client, right? That's what you want to do. If you're good, a retainer is the biggest punishment of all. I've had retainer clients, and I know from myself that you start slacking at some point because it's just boring. Yeah, we do retainer, and then yeah, I could get them 200 meetings, but I could also just not do. I found that to be disgusting. So I changed my offer. No retainer. I don't do retainers. I don't even do tech fee. I do pay per sold call only. Why? Because I'm good. I know that I can achieve it. I know that I can just smash volume. The only thing that is my bottleneck right now is finding businesses that want meeting, right? That are actually qualified to like get a fuck ton of meetings in and then handle them. That's the bottleneck. Because I'm good. It's just nice. These guys, zero performance incentive, retainer, flat, and Anthony, my lead that I was talking, their client, right? He told me, well, John, we pay them a retainer, but I also get the feeling that these people have just like set up a campaign in the first day and they didn't change anything from that point on. They've been coasting for 6 months and I've been paying them $24,000. This is a wild thing. Like, this is completely out of my mind. But anyway, on top of all of that, now we're getting into the weeds of this. If you've ever heard of like omni-channel outreach, omni-channel, however you want to pronounce, or multi-channel touch points / campaigns, whatever, right? If you've ever heard of that, you might have thought, this sounds so good, like reaching out through multiple channels and then doing this and then doing that. And I do agree, it is a nice thing. But for some reason in this space, a lot of the agencies use that as a USP to just sell them. And then when you see the actual implementation of that omni-channel outreach, you notice, and I've seen it in their dashboard, 90% cold email, 8.2% or something on LinkedIn, and the rest was website visit. This is not multi-channel outreach. We do multi-channel outreach. We don't do LinkedIn because I don't think that makes any sense. Like, why would you have like text messages? Why? We do email and cold call. And then we also warm call the leads that we generate through email within minutes. That's what we do. Like conceptually, it sounds like something that actually would work. Like, why would it work that you would reach out to a website visitor? Like, who could just be a visitor anyway. So their multi-channel outreach wasn't working. So that's bad. Scaling, it gets so much better, guys. You have no idea. We send out at least, like when we get started with a new client, we send at least 2,000 to 3,000 emails, depending on their needs. If they need way more, obviously we'll send like 20,000 if that. But so I looked at the dashboard, right? And the dashboard said that they generated like 49 leads 6 months out of the 20,000 emails that they've sent, which I guess like it actually is not completely terrible. I'm not gonna lie, like it is doable. It's a pretty decent rate. So the obvious problem is volume. Like if it works on a small scale, it will work on a big scale as well. So I asked Anthony, so what's holding you back from actually scaling this? Because genuinely speaking, I mean, yeah, the customer support is shit, this is shit, but it seems like it's getting leads at a pretty decent rate. Why don't you just scale this up? And then he said, well, that's the caveat. To scale this up, it would cost tens of thousands more. This is hilarious. This is wild. Tens of thousands. Do you have any like, do you understand how much we could blast for tens of thousands of those? We could reach the entire earth for tens of thousands. He was talking about 2 or 3xing the current volume, which is still not, it is still not completely wild. Anyway, so that was also a thing. What was the next thing? Yeah. And that was like the cherry on top, right? That was the cherry on top. The only thing that worked for Anthony, with like in combination with their omni-channel outreach, was literally hiring someone in-house, an appointment setter, to call the leads that they were getting. So not only does he now have to pay more, even more, to hire someone, to find someone and then to hire someone. Not only that, but on top of that, because of the zero performance incentive with this agency who's hosting, right? Because they only generate leads with zero promises, he's now sitting there paying 2 parties to get 50 leads in 6 months. Overpaying like a madman. Like crazy. So this is their situation, right? So I've been ranting about this now. I hope the point came across. How should it actually be like? Let me grab my laptop. So how should it actually look like? Point 4. How it should be. This is what we do. Performance-based only. You pay per qualified and short call. No retainers. No retainers. Unlimited scale, right? If you want to scale, we'll scale it up. No worries. You only get the decision makers that you're looking for. Multiple avatars. I don't care. Tell me who you want to reach out to. I'll book meetings with them onto your calendar. That's how we work, right? You get dedicated and trained SDRs. You don't have to hire anyone for the appointment setting part, right? We do that for you. We have appointment setters ready. We'll put them into your business. They will start, right? If they get sick, we have backup SDRs. We have handoff notes for your AEs, like for the people that take the sales calls in your company. We have notes for that the cold callers and the warm callers are adding onto a calendar event, so you know some context before jumping on a sales call with the prospect that we've booked, right? And we start within 24 hours, and we have no long-term contracts. Like you can quit at any time, and it's completely integrated into your CRM. Especially if you use HubSpot or Salesforce, which most of you will do, it is fully integrated into your CRM. You can fully have a separate cold email reporting dashboard in your CRM. Fully automated. Bottom line, you get a proper cold email partner that operates on performance, transparency, and you own the data. We will actually also give you the data. We will give you the data in terms of what scripts are performing best, the actual CSVs with the prospect data. You will get that as well. You will get anything that you need. We want to make money. And to make money, we need to work together, right? We want you to want more meetings, because if you want more meetings, we get paid more, and I like getting paid. So if you own a business, or if you're the head of sales right now, you're watching this and you want to like increase commissions, like max out everything, check out the first link in the description. Book a call. Let's talk about it, because this needs to be talked about. Someone needs to talk about this stuff. It doesn't make any sense. I don't accept a competitor doing this, absolutely raping the entire market, and me not getting a share of it. I don't accept that. So you need to book a call right now, so we can do proper work and get shit done, right? So with that said, that's it for this video. I hope this was entertaining to some degree. I hope this was helpful as well. If you liked it, feel free to hit the like button. If you disliked it, please dislike and comment why you disliked it. If you want to find out more and you want to get notified for upcoming videos, you can subscribe and hit the bell notification, whatever the thing is called, right? Do that right now. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.